I'm like still waking up, and it is my friend's birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to knit her a hat. Okay, so I was knitting up this hat for my friend's birthday. Then I just felt like this is not the hat for her. So I'll be switching to this color. I'll just be sliding this right off the needles because I can't be bothered. And the good news with this is that it'll work up so much quicker. I just wrap it around 5 times, then I take where I started, and then I go 2, 4, and I am casting on 44 stitches. So I usually have a little bit left. I want to have a long yarn tail, so I'll pull it from here. This is not a tutorial by any means. And I always do the long-tailed cast on, so it's just the first cast on that I learned. I know, like, why would you learn such a hard cast on? It was the first video I watched. YouTube taught me how to knit, and so I just cast on 44 stitches, then I join them in the round, and that's about it. Yeah, I have not been counting anything that I'm doing right now. I'm just like doing it to the end, and I'm gonna be hoping for the best that when I count it, I'll have more than enough and I can slip some off. It's always sad when I don't have enough, so let's see. $37. You see, so close. Time to slip my stitches off and cast on again. I go for my slip knot, and I'm like, this looks like a good spot. There's just no method. And I'm just like, I think I can get 7 more stitches out of this. Right, moment of truth. Alright, so I got 44 stitches, and this is just extra, so I'm just gonna drop them off my needle. And now I have this much of a tail. So yeah, the long tail cast on is usually a hit or miss, but whatever. The way I join it in the round is literally this picture I found on Pinterest. Was all like how to join in the round without having a gap. And basically, the way you do it is that you pop off these 2 stitches on the first 2 stitches on the needles, and then you put them on the other needle. So I always pop this one off first because it can't get undone. And then I pop this one off, and then I slip it on the needle, the other needle. Then I take this stitch and I slip it on the previous needle. Before joining in the round, make sure none of your stitches are twisted, and then you just knit your first row. So last night, I made a mistake, and I had to pull all of this out. I've gotten this far so far, and hopefully I can finish this either today or tomorrow. not done. Life wasn't always something. I need to listen to that song. I keep singing it. Hey Siri.
Yes.
Play I Miss the Days by NF. Okay, so I just measured my hat and it was 7.5 inches long, and I measured how, like, my gauge, like how many rows will it take me to get to like 8 inches, and it was 2 more rows. I'm gonna knit 2 more rows and then I'll be ready to start decreasing. Okay, I just knitted my 2 rows, so now I'm going to start decreasing. And the pattern that I am using, it's a cinch hat, so it doesn't have any decreasing rows. So I am just going to decrease 10 stitches and then knit 1 row and then decrease another 10 stitches, and then I will maybe knit another row and then like close my hat. So I found this decreasing knitting calculator that you can find on my website under Mega Resources, and I'm going to use that to help me decrease. It also comes with an increasing calculator and it's free to use. I have 1 stitch left over and I'm supposed to decrease this stitch. So what I just do is pop, and just pull it over and then just keep going from this side. We're gonna pop this back in. Two stitches left, and final decrease. So I should have 21 stitches left, and I can just cinch the hat now. This is how it looks. But let's just do one final measurement. Eight and a half inches. The friend I'm making this for wants this to be tight around her head, is what she specifically requested, because usually it would be 9 inches to do a hat. So I have this long of a tail. Do I need it to be this long? Usually they say you need a 6-inch tail, but you know, since I'm being extra, I have a 16-inch tail. And these cute little scissors I got from Hobby Lobby. That cut through pretty nicely. So I just threaded the needle. I'm going to slip all the life stitches onto the yarn tail using the darning needle. After slipping all the life stitches onto the yarn towel, I pull the needle through the top of the hat, then I turn the hat inside out and pull it closed. Then I weave in through the stitches one more time. Then I start to weave in the ends. So I've basically learned this through B-Hook. I'll link to that video as well. Yeah, we just want this hat to be super tight and closed. So 16-inch towel was perfect. Okay, and then I just go to the bottom and I thread this. And so what I like about weaving in the inside of the hat is because when you weave in these stitches, they're actually purl stitches on the back side, but it looks like knit stitches here. So whenever I make a hat, I usually make the brim rib brim, so it's just like knit 1, purl 1, or knit 2, purl 2. And then that way, when you gotta weave in at the end of the day, it's easy peasy. Anyways, yeah, so this is the hat. I just gotta cut. Oof, I don't know why. I like these are just cutting so nice right now. Ugh, perfection. Yeah. And that's how I make my beanie. So it's really funny that I am like cut off from the screen. So yeah, it's really funny because I started knitting this beanie as part of my other video, my May journal. And as I was like knitting this, I was like, you know, it would be a cool shot. You know how this would be cool to put in. And it was just like 30 minutes long. That was just me knitting this hat. And so I'm like, this deserves its own video. So we just knitted a hat together, a beanie together. Because it's ribbed, it should have a nice stretch to it and just like shape to your head. It stretches long and it stretches wide. So what is that? In modern day, we call that like a 4-way stretch. So it basically has a 4-way stretch. And moment of truth, every time I knit something for someone, I always have like this feeling of like, it might not fit. And you know what? I can always make it again, to be honest. I finally finished knitting the beanie. Yay! I'm like, should this be my thumbnail? Knit with me? No. Like the background kind of sucks. Knit with me. Alright. Bye guys. Thanks for knitting with me.